Hello and welcome back to another episode here on the OmathaCraft Season 4 server. In today's episode, we are going to start on a project which is going to be going through the entire season. And I'm so hyped for this project. It's going to be so much good fun. We are over here at the gaming district, and this is what it is. We're going to be doing a game. And I'm not going to fully throughout the season, we'll slowly explain what it's going to be about. So I'm not going to fully say now, but if we take a look down here, as you can see, I have covered a big area of land in water. And the reason I've done this is we want to get rid of the mycelium. This is one of the areas we're going to be building. Now, this area here, we're going to be building some kind of house. And we'll talk about what is going to be in the house just after this. So what I'm now waiting for is I'm waiting for night, and I've asked them not to sleep, Dan and Pi. And hopefully, all this mycelium under here is going to turn into dirt. When that's been done, I have done... What is... Oh, I thought that was a floating sand block. I was like, what is this voodoo? If we take a look down here, I've built a trench. Oh, well, I've dug a trench, not built a trench. I dug a trench the whole way round, and that means mycelium on this side cannot spread onto that side. So once this is all dirt, what we're going to do is we're going to grass it all over. So actually, I need to go and get some grass blocks while that is changing over, and yeah, we can just head over here. So while we're waiting for that to change, I'm going to mine up some grass blocks. Once that's done, we can take away the water and start converting all of this into grass. Okay, it's just been a night, and I was thinking, well, why hasn't any of the mycelium changed? So I did a bit of Googling, and I've just found out that mycelium doesn't change when water is on top of them at night anymore. This has been a thing since 1.13. The last time I was playing around with mycelium and changing it into grass was 1.12, when you could do stuff like that. So I think what I'm going to have to do, well, what seems to be the only way, is dig out all the mycelium, but I'm going to keep the water on top so it doesn't spread out anymore. So what we can do is we can just stay underneath, so it won't spread because there's water on top, which will help. I am planning on flattening this entire area, so that's not too much of a worry. What's going to happen anyway, but, oh, does it spread? Oh, no, it does spread. No! Oh, dear, no, that's so annoying. That is so incredibly annoying. Oh, 1.13, why do you have to do this to me? So I've got to make sure I take out every single mycelium block, otherwise we're going to have some trouble. Okay, so as you can see, we have removed all the mycelium, and we are slowly taking rid of all the water. Taking rid? That makes no sense, but we'll go with it. Let's go with it. Anyways, as you can see, I've destroyed all the mycelium. I've gone around with my shovel, and we've got loads and loads of dirt in our inventory and in the chest, and actually quite a big proportion of it is just despawned, because I really don't need it, even though we might be re-terraforming the area, who knows, but that doesn't really matter for the time being. But currently, we are just going around, and I'm getting rid of the water, and spotting any bits of mycelium that I've missed, but we seem to be alright over in this area over here. Yeah, but these are the last bits of water, well, ish. We've got a few other bigger sections, but once that's done, this island is sort of prepped. Then we need to flatten it. Once we've flattened it, then we're going to grass it over. There's no point placing dirt and everything down yet, but if we place those along, we'll see that's a big chunk of that going. Brilliant, look at that. There are only sort of the last sort of blobs of water around, which are towards the back, which is absolutely brilliant. So yeah, I'm going to get rid of the rest of these. Once we've done that, we'll flatten the island. I think that's a perfect time for a time lapse. Okay, so as you saw from that time lapse, we have been building this house, and I am now going to explain to you what the actual idea of this house and this area is. So obviously what we've done so far is we have flattened a big area of land, we've turned it into grass, so it's nice and green. But I haven't really explained what we're doing with this space. Now, I have come up with an idea for a game, and I'm not calling it a mini game because it's going to be a season-long game. Now, there is a British TV show called Taskmaster, and I believe it actually airs in a couple of other countries as well. I don't know them off the top of my head. And the idea is there is a guy who sets a group of people tasks, and they are the silliest tasks. Well, they're really odd, make not much sense, and I cannot speak today. It's early in the morning, alright? So we're going to be setting a group of people tasks, and the majority of these tasks are going to be done in this house and the land surrounding it. So I'm actually building this up a bit like the TV show set house. So they have this little cottage here. This was probably the closest I could get colour-wise to building it. There is still lots more details we need to add. This is obviously just the main structure. It needs to be furnished. We haven't decorated the outside, etc, etc. I've also just added this caravan, which is also part of it, and these are actually roughly in the correct locations that they are in real life. So we come down and take a look at the caravan first, as I haven't showed you this first. What we have is we have a little garden courtyard. We have a post box just there on a little stump, little fenced off area, and if we head in the caravan, it's a very small area. We've got a bit of a seating area just there, some kitcheny bits, we've got barrels for storage of bits and pieces, and also we've got some lighting and that kind of bits and pieces just there. So as you can see, you probably noticed in the time lapse there was that weird diamond house. Yeah, Dragon decided he'd set up, and he's actually stolen my food box. Because I had fish in it, so I've only got one fish left. So it looks like I'm going to be going to apples after I finish that piece of fish. And he's also got so much blue glass, he's just covered everything in blue glass. So let's take a look at the house. So this is the main entrance to the house. This is the clock face kind of thing we've got. We've got that chiseled quartz up there. This is going to be the foyer in here. So here we're probably going to have like a mini post box for each different member. I won't be announcing who's being part of this, the 5 members. There'll be 5 different people. I'll announce that when we properly begin the show. We've added sort of redstone lighting system, so we can actually toggle the lights on and off for different things. In here we have sort of the living room. A majority of the tasks will probably be done in here. Out here will be the entrance to the garden, so we can come out here to the garden. I'm slowly building up this tree wall, so this will be thick, so you can't actually get through into the outside, because out here we're going to be doing some other bits and pieces. Out in the garden we've also got this shed, so we're going to put some like barrels in here for storage of different bits and pieces. At some point we are going to have to fill this place with random different things that the contestants can use for whatever they like. So the idea of the game is they're going to be set a task and they can do whatever they like. The rules are in the card. It'll be something like, you have to do this. The quickest wins, your time starts now. Straight away, when they read that, their time has started, so that whoever's the quickest wins. In here, this is going to be a kitchen, so we're obviously going to have a load of food, different pieces. We're going to have a fridge kind of thing, I think, going about there. We're going to have some barrels on the wall for storage, for cupboards and things. Get some cakes in there, I reckon, and some other food sources. And in here, we have the laboratory. So this is, we might do some other tasks in here, maybe some messier tasks. And yeah, we've just really got the options of what we want to use all in here in this house. And this is obviously just the corridor down here. So this all still needs to be furnished, and that's what we are going to be doing for the rest of today's episode. And yeah, just building up this tree wall. But the next thing I want to do is I want to start another time lapse, and I want to build up the driveway. So what we're going to have is we're going to have a driveway coming down from here. So this will be the entrance just here. So we'll obviously have to chop down some of these trees, and we can use those saplings and build up just the rest of that corner just there. So we're going to have a road which comes down to the front. This will all be sort of a cobbly, andesite, stony, that kind of mess kind of road thing. The rest will be grass. We'll have this pathway coming down the side here, linking up to there, and then the rest of this will be just grass. So yeah, that's what we are doing in today's episode, and hopefully you've got a rough idea of what we're going to be doing. Now, we have some other massive things we need to be doing, hopefully in the next couple of episodes, which I'm really excited for. We're going to be building these big studios, big like TV studios, where we're going to be doing sort of some of the filming, which I'm really excited for. That should be really good fun. We're going to be doing some massive redstone point scoring systems, all that kind of bits and pieces. But for now, let's crack on and let's get this driveway done. Okay, so as you can see from that time lapse, we sorted out the driveway and the garden, and as you can see, we now have this lovely little driveway coming down. We have this sort of slope driveway, mimicking what is actually like the real life one. We've got this gate up the top. I have put a door in the middle of the gate, so my rough idea for it is, if you take a look, we've got kind of the pillar there, and then it kind of swing open, and then we put fences around and on top. Actually, we could do with another fence just up there. We'll go and grab one in just a second. For the pathway, what we've done is we've used andesite slabs and stone slabs, and we've just sort of broken it out with some stairs in places just to break up texture and all that kind of business. We've added a pathway over to the caravan using the path blocks, and then round to the side of the house we have used gravel to bring up to the side door, which currently doesn't have a door because I need an acacia door for that one. So currently we don't have that, but that is most of the garden done. As you can see, we've put loads of grass around. I've just bone mealed the whole lot, and one thing I remembered is when you bone meal in a mushroom biome, you won't get flowers spawning because flowers don't spawn, which is quite interesting actually. So it means it's just grass. So we will eventually break this up. Obviously, we will get rid of the beacon in just a second. But yeah, we actually have the building and the structure all together, which is great. Okay, so it has been a while, a couple of days since I've last recorded, and I just want to bring you up to speed with everything that has been done. So as we can take a look, we've obviously I've shown you the main gate and everything. That's all been sorted out. Over there, there's a rare orange pineapple flying about. As we can see over here, Orange has built Dave the bodyguard, and I think this is a bit of a reference to the TV show that Dave is filmed on. Dave is not filmed on, it's aired on a TV channel called Dave. So we have Dave the bodyguard just there. I have been busy stocking up all of the different chests and the barrels and all kinds of bits and pieces and furnishing the house bit by bit. This room obviously still needs a bit of work. This area is all still needs to be added up. The kitchen is there or thereabouts done. I just need to add more bits and pieces into the barrels. As we can see, we're filling up with food. The laboratory doesn't have too much going on there yet, but we will have more things going on in there. And again, the lounge needs a bit more work. But outside in the garden, we've also got the garden shed, which I've added. This is beginning to fill up with different items and bits and pieces. We've obviously got the scaffolding, which is also in the TV show. The caravan, I've put some bits and pieces in. But unfortunately, that is all I have time for today's episode. And Orange, it seems to be giving me a hand, because that is where we're going to be working in the next episode. We are going to be building up some TV studio actions where some of the where you're actually going to be seeing some of the episodes filmed, which is going to be really, really exciting. So thank you to Orange for giving me a hand over there. And that is all for today's episode. So if you have enjoyed it, leave a like, as it really helps out the channel a lot. And I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.